So the first command I want to talk about in this quick tip lesson is a curve command that is pretty useful for making changes to angular type shapes, usually polylines and things that are geometric in nature. And the command you'll see here is called Phillip Curves. Now, I know it says the word looks like fillet, but in drafting terminology, when making edits like this to shapes, it's actually pronounced fillet. Anyway, so if you could see here, first off, I'm going to draw a multi-sided polygon type shape real quickly just to give an example of what the fillet command does, because it's pretty self-explanatory. So for our shape here, you can see it's got sharp corners, and when we click on the Phillip Curves command, it's going to ask you to pick two lines, and when you click on them, it rounds the corner in between the segment. And to demonstrate it a little more clearly, I'm going to go up. When you type R and specify the radius, I made it 2 in units, so that when I select both corners, it rounds it to a more noticeable amount. And you can play with that a little bit depending on how much you want to round the corners out. And so I'm going around the shape real quickly, just rounding out all the corners, and you can see it's pretty handy if you have a shape that is angular but you want to make it smooth on certain sides or all sides or what have you. So that's the fillet command. Again, this one is very simple, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it. And yeah, that's how it works. Let's move on. So the next command that I'm going to talk about isn't a curve editing command so much as it's a navigation command that helps a lot when you're doing multiple edits and you want to be able to work with things quickly and not have to go individually selecting things one at a time. And so first off, I'm going to start by just drawing a real quick set of curves, and I'm going to take these curves and render a surface. And we're going to work with that. So you can see here we have 4 different surfaces, and the individual curves, if you try and select them, you can choose between the curves or the surfaces we've created. And you can see that if we had a lot of complex surfaces and you wanted to select them all, either to delete them or to edit the colors, it's kind of tedious to do that. So what I'm going to show you here is a command that will make that easier. And the first thing I want to do is give us more to work with so I can sort of demonstrate how it'd be handy. So I'm using the array command to take these 4 closed curves, and I'm just create this real simple star type shape here. Then I'm going to create the flat surfaces, and you can see here if I was to go and select all these because I want to edit them or change the colors or even just delete them, that's really annoying. Because when you click that yellow command for select surfaces, it selects all surfaces you've created in the drawing at once. So you can see it makes things like deleting them or editing them easy because you can select everything at once. Obviously, if you want to make edits to specific surfaces, it might be easier to do that before you array them and just array the surfaces. But let's say you want to be able to select everything all at once, delete them because you want to add to the curves. Select surface is really useful for that. And so these 2 commands are sort of just kind of quality of life things for navigation purposes. They can make individual commands and actual curve manipulation a lot easier. So take a look, tinker around with them, and I will see you guys next time.